We are recording. Hey everyone, we are Danielle Mahar and
Sarah O'Connell.
we're Ambassador Diamonds in It Works Global, and we just thought, you know what, there's so many new people that have joined our team, which welcome to this, not only this page, but this business and this awesome opportunity. Many of you may have joined for $20, and I cannot tell you that like a better way to spend $20 than a potential of a business opportunity.
Yes.
Because we've been in this now for 6.5 years. It has changed our lives in every aspect that you could possibly think of. And so I just think if I had been given this opportunity for $20 and knowing what I know now, like you guys just won the lottery, and we are so excited about that. But we just want to take some time because a lot of people, when they started, us included, that we started and it was like, now what? You know, and there was a lot of questions and there was a lot of empty spaces. This is something that neither of us had really done before. No. And so we were kind of a fish out of water. However, we learned what we needed to learn to move forward. And that's what we want for you all today, is just giving you the knowledge that you need to put one foot in front of the other and to go Ruby. So that is the goal for all of us, because there are so many incentives for you to get off the ground running. Maybe you're watching this and you've been in the business for a while. Great. Act like today is day one. Act like today you are starting your business and you are making a commitment to utilize this opportunity that you have taken and that you have invested in, not only your time, but your money. And I promise you, if you follow the few things that we're going to teach you today, it will pay off big time. So we are going to bounce back and forth. Sarah and I are going to bounce ideas off each other. When I joined 6.5 years ago, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that I fell in love with the product. I fell in love specifically with the wrap, the one product that I said I would never, ever, 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 ever put on my body. Lo and behold, I did. I had 3 kids at the time. I now have 4, and I saw incredible results. So the one product that I thought I wanted nothing to do with was the one product that opened my eyes to a vision of, oh my gosh, I feel just a matter of feeling better about myself as a woman and as a mom. And so I took that and I started talking about it and I started sharing about it, not even a part of the business at this point. And you guys don't even know the power that you have, because I learned in that moment I was not alone. I learned in that moment that there was other people that were looking for something to feel better, looking for something to get healthier, looking for a jump start of whatever it was. And so I had a couple options at that point. Was to continue to talk about the product that I fell in love with. It became my mommy guilty pleasure, and I could send everyone who wanted the product to my friend who I purchased from. Or option B, which I'm so glad, I could join for $99. Again, it was in my mind, it was a small investment for something that I already knew that I loved. So I thought, best case scenario, or worst case scenario, I buy a box it's a bag of wraps for $99 that I already knew I was going to love and use. Or best case scenario, everything that I was being told about what this business could do for my life, for my family, for my finances, for my freedom, was all going to come true. And so I took a chance. And so I joined for $99, again, not knowing what I was doing, but trusting the process of what was being laid in front of me. And so that's what we want to do with you all today, is just getting started. And that for some of you, that's the hardest part. It's the hardest part is making a decision to get started and letting people know that, hey, I joined this business. Hey, I'm a part of something. Hey, I'm using these products because I want to get healthier. I want results. I want X, Y, Z. You name it. We're going to talk about setting goals here too. And so the getting started part is hard, and I hear that, especially when you don't have all the answers. But here we are going to take a few minutes of your day and teach you exactly what you need to know to just do that and get started, because we both learned you don't need to know everything. In fact, if you're like me, you don't need to know much of anything. I wasn't one to ask questions or get all the information. I enrolled a friend.
I did ask the questions.
Yeah,
I asked the questions for both of us.
She
but
did.
The good thing is that even if you do listen to this and it's later on and you paid $99, so did we. Danielle started as a loyal customer, used the products. I did not. I had wraps on my legs, and I was like, you know, if I'm going to already be using the products, like, of course I would love an extra $300, $500 a month. And for some of us, you guys, I think that's the thing, like Danielle said, know why you started. Know what you want out of this business. And even if you have to write those things down to keep yourself in track with those things, because it's not too good to be true. And that's what we kind of want to show you. And literally today, we're going to talk about going Ruby. So we're hoping, I know Danielle's going to touch on this some more, but we're hoping at this point, you are working on your first 4 to 5 customers to get that shopping spree. And you guys, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, well, if I can use the products still at discount, just like I would as a loyal customer, actually earn free product, earn wraps that she's raving about for even less money, and then also bring in some money so that I can actually spend more time at home. But when we're needing the extra money, I can do that from my home with a baby in my arms, at dinner, or wherever it is that we need to do that. Like, it was just like, yes, I want that. And honestly, it seemed too good to be true. But it was also like one of those things, like, if it does work, I would be so silly not to take advantage of that. So we're going to teach you guys how to go Ruby, because I feel like in the 6.5 years that we've done this, everyone starts with the goal of saying like that extra $300 to $500 a month to be able to, maybe it's pay off debt, maybe it's to help with bills, maybe it's for groceries, maybe it's for kids' sports. That would cover and help so much and allow maybe your checking account to stay a little bit higher, or allow you to start putting stuff into savings or whatever it is. Because it doesn't have to be thousands and thousands of dollars for you to start adding these little wins up to start getting ahead. And I think that's what we learned right off the bat was, Danielle's like, go do this. And it's not because she knew everything to do. She just told me one thing. And it was to get the wrap on people and to start sharing. And it was like exactly what I did. And even before my first check, I started realizing like, holy cow, this is stuff people want. Health and wellness, that is never going to go away. People like to feel good. And maybe you have somebody that you're like, oh, my friends are super fit, or they're this. It won't always stay like that. Like, life happens, things get busy, people have kids, they might get sick, they might get injured, whatever it is. Like, and you'll be able to offer that a solution at some point. The other thing is I don't know people who couldn't have the freedom of earning extra money wherever they are in life, to even if they feel ahead, even if they don't have debt. That's amazing. I'm proud of you. And just,
you were not that lucky.
No. And I couldn't even wait to tackle my student loans. But you know what? I didn't start with a goal of $1,000 a month. And so you don't have to do that to get there. So today we're just going to talk about that.
Awesome. So yeah, so the biggest thing too, we follow the steps to success, and we're just naturally going to be going through all of that today as we talk about what this business is, and when the things that you want to know, like the 3 musts, that we try to do every single month. And so Sarah talked about getting your first 5 loyal customers. You guys, this is the first time in the company history, or well, from what I know, for at least the last 6.5 years, that I know of them giving away $150 of product. That is an awesome way to jumpstart your business, because, at least for myself, I didn't have a whole lot of extra funds. I know Sarah was at a place where, we were looking to make money. And I think that's the important thing about this business, is that it's a business. It absolutely takes some work. I can tell you, if you are watching this and you are a busy mama, you are working full time, you have, a full plate. I hear you.
We hear you.
We were there. We're still there.
Yes.
Life it doesn't get easier as your kids get, well, what is happening?
The good things come by working hard. Absolutely. You guys, there is no shortcut. Everything needs time. It needs love. It needs passion. It needs commitment. Like, there's no way around any of that. So honestly, you just embrace it, and like, eventually this does pay off,
Absolutely. And like,
I get to decide how
and
fast.
I think it's good to know that, you could have all those things and you can still do this business. I love the fact that I did not have to make this a full-time gig. I didn't have time to make it a full-time gig, but I knew if I was consistent and did something for my business, whether it was 5 minutes in that day, or if I had more time, 1 to 2 hours, if I had an off day out from the hospital, that I could do that, and I could commit to that, knowing that doing these small things in the beginning to get my business off and running was going to pay off more than I knew at that time. So that's exciting. So getting your, 5 little customers, here's the deal. We want you to get that little customer, especially if you join at the $20. We have till today. And here's what we're going to do for you. Getting started, after we post this, look in this thread for some ideas of what to post. I think the biggest thing is just getting not loud about it, but letting people know what you're doing. And so it's really hard for someone to ask about the wrap, ask about the keto coffee, holla, ask about any of the products that you have to offer if you're not talking about it. So getting, social, if you're a big time on social media or you found this business through social media, guess what? There's other people scrolling through social media looking for maybe what you have to offer, and they just don't know anyone who does this or doesn't even know, like when I started, that it was even available. I didn't know these products existed. So getting social, getting a first post out, creating some curiosity of what you're doing. I had one of my new distributors yesterday just said, I love my new keto lifestyle and it works. And she had multiple people saying, what is that? What is keto? What is, it works. And she didn't even know the answer. So behind the scenes, as her sponsor, we were kind of going through answering some of those questions. Here's what I would say if I were you. Here's some ideas. So that's what you need to do. But she wouldn't have gotten to that point had she not created some kind of curiosity and made some kind of post to let them know. Sarah, we were talking about before we started, just saying why you joined is an easy start of, you know what, I thought, why not? And I say that all the time. I said, why not? Why wouldn't I give this a try? I talk about my children, about how, the reason why they pushed me to be better. We talk about, again, student loans. Mm-hmm. Both Sarah and I, it's been 5 years this month that I haven't paid a student loan payment because they're gone. Like 5 years. That's crazy. I would still be paying them to this day if it weren't for this business. And so I started to continue to develop different whys and different reasons for doing this business. And I think that's great because, again, we are a lot more alike than we are different, I think, in this world. And so some of the normal things that are like don't feel good, like debt or student loans or worries or concerns that you have, this business certainly can be the answer to that. So getting your first, 5 little customers, hopefully. If you're outside, after today, say you joined and you didn't get your first little customer by today, it's okay. You still have a chance to earn $100 with a shopping spree by getting another 4 in your first 30 days. So 5 is the goal, to get $150 worth of product, because we know when we started, product was money.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people take that for granted. So you can purchase keto coffee with that $150 product credit. And Sarah, you maybe talk about this, but
and you guys, that's the thing. Like, I remember being nervous about the auto ship, right? So that's step 1. You joined. So next month, it's not like you join again. You now have this 80 BV auto ship. You guys, the thing is with that is everybody that I have seen be successful with that has done the auto ship. And the reason why is it unlocks one of the ways to get paid, which is wrap cash, right? We talk about that. So like Danielle said, I used my product credit not for myself. I was like crazy, and I had to prove to myself, like, not only am I going to break even, but everything that I do from once I break even, like, that's income. That excited me. The possibility and just getting there, I was like, okay, if I know I can create income, how much can I create? And so I used my product credit to get, at that time, more wraps, and I sold them, right? So you're getting it for free. You're selling it at retail. So for me, that was like an extra $200. So then I put it back into my business. I was like, that's covering my auto ship that I was nervous about. And now I can still keep selling that. Or maybe I'll be nice to myself and allow myself to use one product, or whatever it is. But now you have keto coffee, which is insane, and it's such a good one. And I do 5 for $20. So I don't do any less than that because I tried that, and I don't think people pay attention if they just do it 1 time or 3 times or whatever. It's like on that 4th or 5th day that they're like, yeah, this does a lot more for me than my Starbucks coffee, or it does a lot more for me than my little K-cup, or whatever it is that they're doing right now, because I was a coffee snob, and I can tell you I probably did 2 a day, and I can't even tell you last time I've been to Starbucks. Like, I mean, I'm not sad about it. So, and then just what it does is insane. So you can even do 5 for 20. If you're doing wraps, you guys, you can do each wrap for $25. And so decide what you want, but either way, you can share it, or you can use it as a tool to build your business and start even getting more loyal customers, which brings volume, builds your check, and then also to go Ruby, which is what we're going to talk about. And that's starting to grow your team. That's how I got some of my first distributors, was because they saw the cash transaction happening. They knew they loved the wraps, and they're like, wait, and I'm going to get wraps in my kit anyways, but then I can also be eligible for free product and earning some income. Like, why wouldn't I do it? So pay attention when people start asking you, about like what you're doing. How do you make money? Like those are people that you want to invite to do this with you, because this is such a gift. Like if she wouldn't have answered my questions or didn't say, have you ever thought of this? My life wouldn't be half of what it is today. And I probably would have came back and got her, because I would have been like, wait a second, you're helping all these other people, but not one of your besties. So just know it's a gift. And if your friends don't want to join you right away, it doesn't even matter, because that's not even what you need. And eventually they'll probably see like, okay, why didn't I, kind of thing. So
it happens all the time.
Yeah. So my first few customers, I did a post the day of, and then I am somebody that likes to know things. So I did my training in my eSuite, but my post stirred up enough information to get conversations going. And then I told them, hey, I'm coming back. If you want the 4 wraps, like I have 4 coming in my kit, like claim them now. And I did that. And my first 4 to 5 customers were actually all people that I had worked with.
Mine were, I call my mom, because your mom will do anything.
Yeah, so if you don't have yours yet that you need today by the 1st,
your mom.
Yes, your mom or your sister, like they'll do it. I promise you. There's something for them that they will love.
Absolutely. And so, so mom was always like, they're a good go-to, people that love you, people that want success for you, people that want to see you do well in life. Like those are the people that I would reach out and make a list. And the thing is, I had used the product. And so if you haven't, if you're just now starting, I know a lot of you are getting your new kids now. I can tell you from 6.5 years, like they're awesome products. So I never felt like I'm like, you're doing me a favor to do me a favor. And it was more like, you know what? I'm going to offer you an awesome product line that you're going to love. I know that. Yes, are you helping me out? 100%. But I'm also doing you, a great service by introducing you to this product line. And so I never felt that it was like, oh, this is one-sided thing. It was definitely a two-sided thing. So just to quickly go over what is, a loyal customer. So a loyal customer is simply someone who wants the product at a wholesale value. And so they don't have to be in business with you to make money. I don't know why anyone wouldn't, but we'll talk about that. Loyal customer is simply someone who wants to use the product and get it at a discount, because who doesn't want a discount? Everyone. So for example, you can a retail customer can purchase a box of wraps for $99, or they could become a loyal customer. We say LC, so in our post, so LC is a loyal customer, and get that same package of wraps, so 4 wraps, for $59. So you can see it's a huge difference, up to 40%, plus on a lot of things. We have different packages that you can see the more they buy, the more savings that they're going to have. And so when I'm explaining a loyal customer to someone, I simply say, you know what? It is a loyal customer. It is free to be. It doesn't cost you anything. The only thing that a loyal customer that you're going to want, because you're going to want these products more than 1 month, is that you're going to order at least 1 product for 3 consecutive months. So I want to talk about your goals, and we're going to talk about that too. We talk about their goals. We talk about what they want. We talk about their budget, because I love that they get to choose which product or products, hopefully, that they want to be on, what they're trying to do with these products. And so then I can direct them. And you guys, that's what a sponsor's here for too, or the group page. Again, ask the question saying so-and-so wants to do XYZ. We will guide you and them in the right direction for that. So, and it just makes sense to be a loyal customer. And the beauty of it, there's so many perks. I'm not going to go into that. However, once a loyal customer, always a loyal customer. So if you're having someone say, oh, 3 months, like, yeah, but guess what? If at month number 4, like you're going to love these products so much that you're going to continue to order, because that's my goal if I'm doing my job. However, if you don't, that's okay. But 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 12 years down the road, you're still going to have that membership that you get to get this discount for a lifetime. So that's how I explained it. The third option, in which nobody does, is paying $50 for the membership fee to be a loyal. They can make 1 order and still have that loyal customer access. So that is a loyal customer. We're going to jump into,
I'll bring it up on you.
Since this whole thing is talking about Ruby. So like when we talk about the business, you need 2 things to build a business. You need loyal customers and you need distributors. And so, I think I did it. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
There we go.
Here we go. Here's Ruby.
This is one thing about pre-recording. We're hoping you can see this. You can.
You should be able to.
So what Sarah's going to go over this chart, and so both distributor and loyal customers, they are equally important in your business for you to move forward and earn this kind of money. But so like, yeah, you need both.
Yeah.
The thing about a loyal customer is that you're going to get paid on a loyal customer 100% of the time. A distributor, you never know. You never know if someone is going to do something or not. So I do not discredit signing loyal customers. And if you are a boss at signing loyal customers, congratulations. You are getting paid boss money, and that is awesome. So, but going Ruby is pretty BA too.
Yes, it is. And you guys, the thing that I want you to know is that when we said yes, we didn't know how we were going to do it. We just knew we were going to learn. So you just have to be willing to be a student and to dive in and to listen to things like this and take the time at night. Like I would stick earbuds in and learn this and then the next day apply it to whatever it was that I was doing. And so like Danielle said, they have every tool possible in the back of our eSuite. So this is literally where we got this from. And it's really hard to learn something, if you don't know what's the driving force behind it. So we talked about that, like know your why. The other thing that I think I did in the beginning, and I just didn't even realize I was doing it, but it seems to work really well, is I gave each rank that you see on that income chart, I think there's 9 of them, right? I think there's 9. And because we talk about that, because we're like, in 9 years, would you be upset if you promoted 1 rank every single year, but then at the end of 9 years, you were pulling in what an ambassador diamond makes? Like you wouldn't. So anyways, it kind of just keeps you grounded when you think of it like that. But for myself, you know, you're just starting, you're kind of skeptical. You're like, I don't know anything about anything, but what I do know is I'm ready to make my goals happen. I'm ready to lessen some stress. I'm ready to have some freedom of time. Maybe it's, you know, having the friendships, whatever it is. But I gave each of these ranks. So this is actually second rank, and we're going to talk about this because this month you have a bonus attached to this. So we want you not only to be promoting, but we want you to go get that bonus because It Works offers these bonuses, and they truly want you to get them. That is one thing that we did find out. We didn't start for the bonuses, and there was no Ruby bonus for us. And guess what? We were still freaking excited to go Ruby. But this month, you really do have something attached to that. And I promise you, it is worth the work. It is worth getting your voice out there and sharing it and getting uncomfortable. So this is actually the second promotion. This little executive that you see here, that is your first, and that's like an average of $230 a month. But this is a visual, and these charts are in your eSuite under documents. That's literally where we got this. And we just, you guys, if you can't see where you're going or know why you're working, you're gonna kind of feel like you're like a fish out of water. So this, we didn't need to know everything. We didn't, we knew we were gonna ask questions as we went. But guess what? If you can read and you can add things up and you can put things together and log into your eSuite and actually use the tools available, you can do this. That's the thing. So Ruby, all of these boxes that you see here on this map is a distributor. So that's somebody that's wanting to sell and be able to not only use the products so at discount like I was wanting, or get the free products like the $150 shopping spree that you get, but they are also wanting to make some extra income. And so that is what they're doing when they're joining you. And so that's what each of these boxes would be, is somebody on your team. So you can see Ruby. You go Ruby this month, not only are you getting an average of this, but you have that $1,000 bonus attached to it. And here's the other thing. Each of these people is somebody that's selling, and this volume right here, so Danielle just talked about a loyal customer and what the volume that they're purchasing a product. Each product has a volume attached to it. So this 400 right here, this is called a qualified leg. Okay, so if you keep hearing like qualified leg, just know like that's one of the basics of this business. And what it means is that, so say this is Danielle right here, that once Danielle, her sales hit 400 from the customers that she signed and what they purchased, this is a qualified leg.
And possibly your Autoship.
Yep,
like
and your Autoship. Yep,
combined.
All of that combines towards it. So anything where there's products being purchased, there's a volume to that, okay? So literally, you guys, like we could even break this up. I didn't do the math, but we used to do the skinny pack a lot because it had products that people loved. So it had the fat fighters, the wraps, and then it had the defining gel in it. That, just for an example, that's 80 BV. So if I was already running my 80 BV Autoship and I had 4 people sign up to get the skinny pack, that would be a qualified leg. That's 4 customers. So what would be keto coffee, like a month's supply I think it's all like 30 BV. So say a month supply, they got 2 packs of keto coffee because there's 15 in each pack. And then they got chocolate greens. So that's like something that I do every single day. That is part of my auto ship.
That is my auto ship.
Yes. Well, ours is a little bit more because Kevin and I both do it. So our auto ship's a little more than 80 BV. But that's all you need. But the thing is like, I'm going to go share that. And if I help 4 people do that, I'm going to have this volume that's needed, okay? And these volumes under your team members, that's needed for you to move on and promote. So for executive, you would need 2 distributors. They are getting customers that has volume attached to the product that they're ordering, and you're gonna watch this number go up in the E-suite. Once each are at 400, then you're executive. Ruby, which is with that $1,000 bonus, it's 5 people. And so this would mean one of your teammates has also enrolled 2 teammates, and they are also at the 400 GB. So you guys, most people are going to hit this, and I'm going to tell you a few mistakes that we probably made that we learned, but they're probably going to hit this with anywhere from like 4 to 6 customers, depending on what the customers are ordering. But I will say like average customers are ordering anywhere from like 60 to 100 BB, usually, based off a goal. So whether it's skincare, they usually don't just want one thing. They're going to like do the cleanser and the toner together, or maybe the cleanser and the facials. Or if it's weight loss, they would rather buy a couple of products to use together to get faster results than if you just trickled in just the fat fighters every single month. Like they are going to get probably results, but it's going to be a lot slower. So that's where this stuff is coming from. And so just know this 400 GB is a qualified leg. This is what you need to promote. So say these all had over 400 and this one didn't, you wouldn't be Ruby yet, right? So then you would be wanting to help get volume there, or help them with enrolling customers, or whatever it would be, or help them with follow-ups, or you get to work together. That's the thing. So the thing is, you guys, is we do get to work together, but in doing so, you can just accomplish so much more than if you were just chipping at this by yourself. Like, so the goal is to build your own business, and with your sponsor, they kind of lead you and help you say, hey, this is what I just did to sign up with a customer, or here's some posts that you can go use that worked really well for me. Like that's what we're here to do together, and which obviously makes it really, really fun. But you guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that I feel like think we're like blowing smoke. If you don't print these off, you're not gonna know what you need. You're not gonna understand how to build and how to make a ruby and emerald and to continue to go on. Like we learned how to go diamond and ambassador and all those things by literally following these and then teaching this. Okay, so does that?
Yeah, I think that, and you guys, again, this is in your e-suite, so go print it off. Go print off your executive map. You know, a lot of people say, where do I start? And I always say, because I know the roadmap of what it takes to go to an ambassador diamond, and it was not just, let me just try to figure this out. No, it's like I needed, this is a guideline to do this. And so I think when you can see it and you can break it down, it becomes a lot less scary. And so go print this stuff off. Go, if this is your goal by August 31st, go print that off and put the date on the top. You know, make some lists of people. And I think that's where I would seriously start. When I thought about this business, I don't know how to get rid of this. Oh, here.
There you go.
We can come back to that. So my biggest thing when I started this business, okay, so both Sarah and I were in the healthcare fields. We're both labor and delivery nurses. We've been best friends for like 20 some years. So we just kind of just do life together. We always have. And so when I joined this business, you guys, there was something I never in a million trillion years thought that she would be like my partner in crime. Not once. However, thank goodness that I made the post. Thank goodness that she wasn't afraid to come and just say, what are you doing? You know, and I thank goodness that we knew each other so much that I said, you know what, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just having a lot of fun doing it, whatever this it thing is. And I was super excited. So, you know, I could not make that choice for her. I didn't know, like we know a lot about each other, probably more than most people. I probably know her better than I know my spouse, to be perfectly honest with you. However, I didn't know that, you know, she had just had a baby. I didn't know that she wanted to maybe cut back at work a little bit to have more home time. Like she's a workhorse. All I know of her is that she's worked since she was like probably illegal.
I think it was illegal, but
she made pizza.
It was just under.
She was a pizza artist.
This is what happens when your dad owns a business and the people next door, and you're like, anything to be out of the meat shop. Like I'll go make some pizzas.
Yeah, so she was a pizza artist.
I was.
from my wee one. So I just knew that the girl worked, so, but I didn't know that if given an opportunity would, to make up that income. It's not that she like was making a ton of so much money that she could cut back, but she needed to find a plan B to make up the difference to give her the option to do so. And so I make a list of people, and it could, if you need some like memory joggers or something, there's documents in your eSuite. So when I started, it was, okay, so I'm now in a business starting that I get to choose who I work with. I feel like a lot of people find you because you're offering some hope, you're offering something different, you're offering maybe a hobby, you're offering a lot of things. And so, yes, people will come to you, but I also was very proactive in saying, if I get to choose who I work with, who would that be? And so I started, like, names and faces kept popping up, and it's like the people that you love, friends, family, who do you want to help? Who has an awesome network that's been growing a network for, since middle school maybe. They're just really good people, and it can have a vision. Sometimes business people, that already are just busy. I never excluded anyone because I'm like, that's not my job in this business was not to decide for someone if they were going to be, or if they wanted to do this business or not. If that was my decision, I don't think I would have ever asked Sarah or even brought up the opportunity. I probably would have poo-pooed it, like, oh, it's just this thing. It's just this thing that I'm trying, and that's I think what I would have done. However, I was like, okay, if I have a choice to work with her side by side, why not, And I'm like, we didn't know where it was going to go. The fact that we're sitting here 6.5 years later, both Ambassador Diamonds, both have made, well over $1 million in commissions. Both have been able to be home with our children. Like, I didn't know that had I not given it a try. So make a list of those people. Make a list of, if you think, to go Ruby, you need 5, I would make a list of 50 to 100, because not everyone's going to see it. Not everyone's going to say yes right away, like Sarah had said. Not everyone is going to be like super gung-ho. However, I knew, and I'm so stubborn when it comes to this business and comes to like just having a goal. And I don't really care how long it takes me. However, like, I will prove myself that I can do this. And so that's what this business was, so like, just short story. I joined this business and I called my sister and I said, Andrea, you are joining me in this business. I don't know how, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna make $1 million in this business. You're coming with me. And the girl told me no. We were still sisters. Life still went on. It didn't until I went triple diamond 5 months later, making now a 6-figure income from home, along with being a mom and working full time. Did she give me a call back and said, okay, Danielle, I'm ready. So she came around. It's all good. Sometimes people just need to see you succeed, and that's okay too. But while they're waiting, continue making that list. Continue thinking of new people. Continue reaching out. Continue thinking of like, who would need this business. And I think that's where you find your 5 people. And again, they could be someone that you didn't even have a clue was even watching you on social media or in your life, simply just wanting hope. And I think that if there's anything that we get to offer at this business, it is that 100%.
Yeah, hope, excitement. Like, you guys, I didn't hate where I was in life actually at all. I had my job exactly where I wanted it. However, as I started adding this into it, yes, I wanted my time to be elsewhere. That is something you really need to consider and think about, is that financially somebody might be just fine, but do they get to like own their time? Do they get to say where it goes? Probably not. And I know that now because there's so many people that I know are so incredibly successful, but they're like at a cost. They're missing sporting events. They're missing holidays or whatever it is, or they're missing nights home, multiple nights in a row, or they're traveling.
You can tell we're nurses. Yeah. We're missing all those things.
We were missing all those things. I was there. So the thing is like, you just have to remember, and if somebody says no right now, you have no idea how their mindset could change. I wasn't doing this to replace my nursing income, but I did want to have this income from It Works to replace me ever having to feel guilty for not taking an extra shift at the hospital. I had like vowed, yes, I will work full time, and I'm doing that because I do love this. And I actually didn't see my life without it, but I was done working full extra time. Like, I was going to do that, but I was done working 60 hours a week, to be able to pay cash for travels or whatever it was. Like I wanted to have the freedom to make that extra income that we needed to pay cash for those things somewhere else. I just wanted a mix of it. And so that's what that offered. And so same thing, my 5 people, I found it by sharing why I joined this business. And I said it, I was like, I was talking to the girls at the hospital, like when they were asking, like, what made you start to do this? I'm like, I'm just done working extra for anything extra that I want. This is just something that I can do that mixes things up. And I would love an extra $500. And like, as you share that, that's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to get a little bit vulnerable for somebody to be vulnerable back and say, I think I want that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or for me to say to Danielle, like, I love my plan A, but my dad's always been on me about what's your plan B, when you need to shift gears or pivot in life. And I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to go anywhere else that I have to clock in that takes me away from my family. Like, that's not my goal. And so I got my 5 from, and then some people who tried the wraps right away were like, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it. And you guys encourage people. And we'll talk about that when we're talking about filling that volume for Ruby. But encourage, like I told people, I'm like, talk about the wrap, see if people are interested. And it was the same thing. Like Danielle talked about the wrap as a customer. So were my customers, and they were seeing people wanted it. So they could either send them to me or they could start building their own business. Like that's literally how simple that is. And same thing, you see all these like subscription boxes
Mm-hmm.
and these bloggers that are offering all these discounts. We're doing that. Except for you can start making a check really quick. And so that's,
we just need to change our language. I think that we're
Mhm.
brand ambassadors. Like
Yes.
that's the big thing on social media.
or
I'm
you're a
brand ambassador.
social influencer.
Yeah.
You are.
Whatever it is. But you brought up a really great point about building your own business. And we talk about that all the time. Like, yes, we are, definitely here to hold your hand. We're here to do trainings like this. And just because we want you to get off on the right foot. However, there is so much power and empowerment in building your own business and signing up your own loyal customers and signing up your own distributors. One is that you get paid more.
Yes.
So just, going through those 5, people in that Ruby chart, just think, okay, so not only do you sign them up and you're the sponsor, you're going to teach them to get their loyal customers, because we already talked about that as step 2. So if they're going to get loyal customers, there's something called a fast start bonus that you are able to earn when you enroll someone as the sponsor. So just naturally, as they're getting their 5 loyal customers to get their free product, because there's an incentive for them, if they can get at least 2 in their first 30 days, then you as a sponsor are paid out a $100 fast start bonus. Okay, so let's break this down. You're signing people up. You get cash from selling your product, like we talked about.
Yes.
You get a percentage of your loyal customer orders that you're signing up, and also a percentage of your distributors' loyal customers that you're signing up. And you're getting a $100 fast start for people that are joining you in the business. So say you sign those first top 3, that's an extra $300 on top of those other ways that we made money. That is huge money. I know in the beginning, like I wanted to sign people because fast start bonuses, and those are paid out weekly, by the way.
Yes, we just got them Friday.
So it's like, you want a weekly bonus, you want to be guaranteed a weekly bonus, or you want to be guaranteed $600 in a month. Go sign up 6 people.
Help people.
Help people, exactly.
Yes.
And then teach them to do steps 1, set up their Autoship. Step 2, get their loyal customers. And then teach them. You guys, we all have the same opportunity and power to go out and sponsor people, bring people into the business, help people, and make incredible money. Go Ruby. Get your, average of like $400 or $500 a month on top of the $1,000 bonus, and kick butt. And you guys, and that's why if we can break this down, it is not that difficult as long as you're willing to put yourself out there a little bit. So let's go into filling volume and talking about what could happen based on we're looking at notes here because we don't want to miss anything, but how this can work in your like normal day-to-day, again, especially if you're already a busy human being.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you guys. I feel like, I did this business all the way to the top doing a full-time job. Like, don't see that as something that's bad. Like, that's actually a good thing. And it also is going to help you get ahead a lot faster on the goals that you have. But here's the thing. So you already have these 5 people. When I would see a map, yes, you're working together, but in my mind, I was like, Ruby's 5 people, Sarah, you need to sign 5 people. I was not putting my goals into someone else's hands. Yes, your team is going to also enroll and it's all going to come together, But if you just have that mindset, like you're not waiting for somebody else to start growing your team. And that leaves a lot of power within your own hands. You have a lot of control with that. And the thing is even if they are doing exactly what you're doing and they're building a Ruby, what happens is you're going to blow past Ruby and you're going to almost be an Emerald. And you're never going to be upset about that, ever, 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 ever. And if your team follows you, they won't be upset about that either. I was not upset when I decided that I was almost Diamond and I thought it was going to take me over a year to go Ruby. I was not upset at all. I was like, oh dear Lord, what did I even do? But this is the best thing in my life. It's so fun. And so this is the thing. So filling that volume, getting those loyal customers. We've talked about social media. When you run a home business, you have to think, how am I turning my open sign on? And the only way it is by talking about it. We're wearing gear. You can wear gear. This is super easy. I mean, we have ketones, we have keto coffee, we have all those things. I roll up into an ice rink with all that kind of stuff. Social media hits people that you don't even know are paying attention. It's a large amount of people. And so you just have to get over it. It doesn't matter. And you know what, you guys? What people think, their opinions are not going to help you achieve your goals. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to pay down your debt. They're not going to help provide for your family. So honestly, I embraced it. I embraced the skepticism and I was like, I'm going to show that person. I'm going to show this person. And I'm not even going to be upset when they want to join me. I'm just going to say, no, I'm ready to help you. Like I was scared too. I just didn't let it stop me from making silly decisions. So posting on social media, one thing that I had written down that I made, I remember just being so scared and I was like, I don't know the answer to everything. And I didn't know everything about every product. I didn't need to. But if somebody asked me about the wraps, I wasn't talking about the skinny pack that has the wraps and the defining gel and the fat barriers. I wasn't saying like, hey, you have more than one area you want to wrap. Maybe you should think about getting the defining gel with it. I was so nervous that they like only had $50 to spend because I didn't know because I wasn't asking. So my thing is like Danielle said, ask them their goals, ask your sponsor, and we're going to tell you what we would suggest. And every time I messaged a customer or a potential customer, I told them why I was suggesting the products I was. From there, they can decide for themselves, does this fit my budget? Does that go along with the goals that I have in mind? More than likely, it's going to, and you're gonna get customers that are ordering more than one product, which means they're getting faster results and they're gonna be happier, and that customer might be a Danielle who joins your team and goes ambassador.
Maybe. But I think a super great thing about that too is that, okay, you're talking about their goals and maybe they don't have room in their budget for 5 products in that month or 3 products. However, if they can at least circle through products, so like, yes, I would like to try that, but I can't afford them all at one time. Guess what? You've already given them their roadmap for the next 3 months of being a loyal customer. So I like that. And I always say too, if your loyal customers are ordering the same thing, like here's a mistake I've made is that, I didn't always follow up with my loyal customers, and all of a sudden on month number 3, I knew that, okay, month number 3 is here, and I'm seeing that they ordered wraps every single month. The chances of them using those 12 wraps, pretty slim. They'll say like, oh, I used a pack, and then now they still have 2 packs. So I'm like, you know what? I missed an opportunity to teach them about keto coffee. Like you won't shut me up. We didn't have keto coffee when we started.
We didn't.
Now, I'm like, it's a game
Now
changer.
you have a gold mine. Like it's insane.
But it's like one of those awesome things, where keto coffee and chocolate greens together is like a party in your mouth. Like, why would you not do this both together?
Yes.
Like I can't even tell you what it does. Like it makes me just so happy. I get out there like 4 or 5 in the morning just to have it. It's so good. So we're helping you decide what to put on your auto. So that's just good. So starting those conversations though, or what, in the event that they're not seeing the results that they want, and you can now say, okay, well, maybe if we add this to the regimen, maybe we go this direction. If it is weight loss, like you guys, we have so much, and that's what I love about it is that there's something for everyone. We're at this month, we don't know a date, but coming off collagen, it is going to be a game changer once again, for all people because of all the health benefits that it has. So that was just my little tip and where I've gone wrong in the past.
So you're gonna learn from us. We're okay with that.
Yeah,
we're humble
good.
when it comes to that. I'm like, don't make the mistakes I made. The other thing is when you're posting, people don't care about facts. Like, I want to be real with you right now. There's a reason you tell your story. There's a reason you say why you started something. There's a reason you're going to share that you're going for $1,000 bonus this month. They care more about that than anything else. They care about your story. They care about like what you're seeing happen and just talking real to them, not facts, okay? So the other thing is as you post and you're being consistent, remember people have to see stuff like 6 to like 9 times. So if you feel like you're being repetitive, it's okay. And you see those things pop up on Facebook or whatever it is, like the ads. People use ads and pay for that on Facebook because it works. We don't even have to pay for it. We can use our own platform and do that. You guys, and we do it because it works. Like that's the thing. So you have to think of how many times you've clicked, and you don't even need a link. That's another thing. Like, don't get stuck on the things that really do not matter. So when you post stuff, you can be a little vague. You don't have to give the entire description of every single product or know everything about them. And when somebody asks like, hey, I want more info, just message them and say, okay, I'm going to send you some info. Don't answer it there, because then the next person that comes along, you're not giving them a reason to reach out to you to get going in that conversation, because you just answered it right there for them. So now they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. So our goal to guide you is that we want as many people coming to you as possible. So excitement, being consistent, sharing daily, inviting people, even if somebody doesn't respond to you. Okay, yep, crazy. We've had that. We've sent out messages, no response. We see that they've seen it. The thing is you're getting those eyes watching you. So what you do over the next 2 weeks to a month or whatever it is, that's important, because that might be exactly what brings on that person the next month when you're trying to complete your steps to success and help go emerald, right? So we're going to talk about why we really are pushing Ruby this month besides the $1,000 bonus. But so make sure you kind of leave a few questions there for people to come to you. As you sign loyal customers or as you reach out to people, if they say no, embrace it and just say, hey, okay, I'm still trying to get my business off and running. So would you ever be willing to post on your wall for me if I give you a post? And so to see if there's anybody of your friends that would be interested in the fat burning coffee, who love coffee. And maybe have weight loss goals. You guys, very few people are going to tell you no because they don't want to feel rude or like a little baby dick for not helping. So that's the thing. I want you to ask them. I want you to say, like, would you mind posting a post on your wall for me if I gave it to you? Okay, so it's okay to have a no, because what's going to happen is they're going to start seeing like,
sorry, corporate's going to ask for this training because you said baby dick.
It's fine. It's true.
Welcome to
if
our
people,
team.
If people aren't willing to help, that's rude.
You're just rude.
Rude. So most people are willing to do that, and the truth is they're probably interested in it anyways, and as they see people ask those things, and maybe they're truly not, but then they're not out anything by just helping you out. That's really the truth. So it doesn't mean they're mean or whatever. But it is kind of lame if they would be helping. So that's host to post, and you can even do the same thing with customers. So I just had a customer who placed a huge order, and she just right off the bat did her cleanse. It's 2 days. And I asked her, would you please take your before pictures and do it after? And she has already gone on and made another order just for like wraps, because that's not what she started with. But she asked me about them, and she's on there. She's watching what I'm doing. I see her liking every single one of my posts. So she's already being introduced to more products. And she's somebody that I'm going to ask, like, hey, I know you don't want to do this business, but would you mind sharing? If I give you the wording, would you mind sharing about your cleanse experience to other people that would be looking to reset and rebalance in 2 days? And so that is also going to it's going to grow your network, because anybody who's commenting or who is showing interest, you will friend them, and then you're going to message them. So that way it goes to their inbox, and you're growing your network to see, not everybody's going to sign. You're going to hear us repeating that. That's okay. You don't need everybody to say yes or to purchase or anything to even go Ruby or to go ambassador, none of it. And so host to post is a really good idea. And that is something that you can also search in the search bar in Rewiring, and you're gonna see a ton of examples, because this is something that so many of us are using.
And I think that's just like the modern day wrap party. And wrap parties are so great too, but we use a wrap party, which is like obviously physically in the same room as people, to invite them to come and wrap, to come try keto coffee, can do a fit bar, whatever you want to call it. But it's like, it also shows that those people hosting a post or hosting a party or a gathering, they bring in their network of people, and all of a sudden, if they have a ton of interest, like what is keto coffee? What is that? What is that? I want more information. All of a sudden, like me, like my light bulb went on thinking, okay, all these people in my network want what this person has to offer. So either like at that moment they can decide, hey, you know what, maybe I do want to give this business a try. So many people don't know what they don't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. You're not going to know what you don't know until you just become a student and just trust the process, you know, and just commit to it. So I think that's the cool thing about Host to Post too, is like they can see, oh, I didn't have a clue that so-and-so wanted to lose weight or so-and-so wanted to make some money from the side. I had no idea, but yet like always have your wheels turning about like what this could do. And like, again, this is network marketing. We network on any kind of platform that may be, whether it's social media, whether it's face-to-face, belly-to-belly. That is our job. Even if you're the shyest person, you guys, there's every single personality in this business that you, in every profession, in every class, every gender, every race, every, you know, whatever it is, it's like you find your way to do things, but the end result is still the same. It's growing your network, sharing a product line, sharing a business opportunity. At the end of the day, that is what we do. So, So
we kind of just told you guys, Ruby, just in a nutshell, we're giving you ideas of how to get the volume. You need 5 people on your team. You know that they have to have customers and people ordering, which we're still here signing people up to this day. So people do want what you have. And it just depends on how long they have to hear it, or like you said, where maybe they're hosting a post and they start getting a more open mind because they see how many other people are wanting to try what you've been sharing. So you have 5 people. You need to be getting the customers. What they're ordering has volume linked, and that's how you get each of those boxes and the legs at 400 BV. Okay, so your minimum would probably be like it's probably like around 2,000 BV for Ruby, so that you have to remember that's also bringing you a commission check on top of everything else between the $100 fast start bonuses on Fridays, your wrap cash that you're doing if you're selling anything that you have in your little pods for retail price, and then you're also getting your commission check, and then the $1,000 bonus. That is our goal, to see how many people we can get to get that bonus, or even making an extra $300, $500 if you're watching this and later on it's not available. Like I said, it wasn't available to us either. We were stoked to be Ruby. I still would be happy to be Ruby. And so why Ruby? The thing is I just was saying this to somebody the other day, you know, whatever goal it is that you have, maybe it's a fitness goal. Maybe it was a weight loss goal. You know, you prove to yourself when you hit those first 5 pounds, you prove to yourself, like, if I did 5 pounds, why can't I just do what I just did and make that 5 pounds 10 pounds? If I just lost 10 pounds, why can't I lose 20? Doing the same exact thing. That is this business. If you can build to Ruby, you can teach Ruby, and you can repeat Ruby. And that literally, you guys, Ruby, I don't even know if we were prepared for this. I was going to show the other maps. But the thing is Ruby is the building blocks to every single promotion and rank after Ruby. So Emerald is 2 rubies. Diamond, which is an average of like $2,000 a month, that is 3 rubies. So do you yourself and 3 other people would like an extra $500 a month? Yes. Like, they're out there. And so that's why we teach Ruby, and that's why we want you just to seriously head down and just go. You're going to learn by doing, and honestly, that is where it's going to stick. I could say this to you over and over. You could watch this video over and over, but if you don't start applying it and taking it into action, it might not stick as well. But we learned, like, what do I suggest somebody for weight loss? Because I asked twice, because I had 2 people asking for that, and this is what we put together. And so
I was just looking for it. Maybe I won't find it, but I do think, and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I think, talking about the rubies, I think it takes 54 rubies to go Ambassador Diamond. So 54 people that want to make an extra $500 a month, they're out there. They're out there. So it just is a matter of going and finding those people and not being afraid, and ask the questions. You guys, that's what we're here for. What are your sponsors here for? Like, I don't think either of us would be where we were at if we were just like so scared to ask the question. And that's where I'm not shy. Like, I don't pretend to know everything. I still to this day don't know everything, but I think just being a student and constantly learning and changing things. And if something's not working, we change it up to find something that does, because it is worth that. It is worth staying committed to this entire process to just put your head down, to know that this has the potential to change everything. And if we would be here all day long talking about how this business specifically has changed our lives, much less the people on our teams. And that's why I think every day, like, I am not ever going to stop doing this because of the impact that we get to have. And I'm like, it is such a privilege to be a part of this. And again, we don't get to choose who takes off and runs with it. But if it's because you're scared to ask a question, I would probably, let's get over that part and let's get you moving forward so that on August 31st, we can celebrate so many rubies, which is then going to make so many emeralds and so many diamonds, doubles, triples.
All before Christmas. Like, that's insane. You could change what Christmas looks like. And I think that was like one of my biggest aha moments my first year in is I remember Christmas coming up and I got a commission check and I wanted to just lay down and cry like a big old baby. Because I'm thinking, we're not even touching our normal income that's coming in from our 9-to-5 jobs. Like, this 1 month of a paycheck can cover Christmas, but even beyond that, like, I don't even necessarily have to look at seeing in a budget for each person. Like, I can buy what I want to buy these people because I love them and I think this is what they would love. And I'm like, that was such a game changer for me. It's just the little freedom. So like I said, we didn't start by thinking we would, you know, build a dream home or pay off cars or pay off student loans. Like, I wanted to kiss those goodbye so fast. But you know what? We started with just a small goal and we literally repeated that over and over and over. And those small baby steps that in the system that's already set in place for you, by repeating it, it just starts adding into such larger things. And you're like, how did this just happen? And it's just freaking awesome. So just know you don't need to create your own tools. You don't need to like find your own system. You have a system. It's 3 steps. What you need to do is put action behind those and get to work, and then you literally repeat them. We don't even complicate them. And so that's what we are here, and I hope that you got this. This probably was a little longer than we tried for it to be.
We said 15 minutes. No, we didn't. No, we knew that wasn't
not 15 minutes because we wanted to give you some tools other than just saying, this is how you go Ruby. But these are just some things that you can do, and honestly, you can re-listen, you can take notes, do whatever it is, or under this, you can even post some questions, and we would love to answer them for you guys. So
take your teams too. Take
anybody new, you don't need to know everything to add new people in. We learn together. We were like the blind leading the blind, and we're still here, loving this and sharing this like crazy. So, I mean, we can help out with that whole part of it, and that's the point of this video today. So, thanks for tuning in with us, you guys. I hope to be congratulating you at the end of this month as a brand new Ruby who you know, got their first bonus.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go work.
Bye.